Welcome to the first day of the new year, I guess it is. Like I've been busy cutting all my fabrics. Finished that uh, table runner yesterday. Had it all done, ready to go. So I was glad it's another one finished. It wasn't scheduled until this year, so I'm a day or two early. And live chat. Then you lose track of your cursor. Hello, Mary. Happy New Year to you too. I just got to remember to write 2026. Can't remember if I wrote that on the check I just sent out or not. Hey, Cheryl. Hi, Kim. Getting the other side set up. It's always fun. Hey, Lisa. And hello, Shady Susan. Or just Susan. It's like we're doing the sweetheart block today. Like I said we would. Hello, Carrie Leonard. Hello, Lori. It's like we're all going to be busy. Busy. It's like all the hellos. There's the fat quarter for the back of the pillow. Here's all the pieces. And I forgot to grab the cutting, or the layout mat. Hello, Darlene. I'll get the purple one because the white background shows up better on the purple. Yeah, I was sitting here 10 minutes ago going, oh, I guess I should put on my get out of my jammies at least. It's like, at least. Getting ready to take a nap, trying to get, yes. Rest is what you need. Rest, get your mind off of the quilts, but it's like getting over the cold, having the little one keeping up with, that's fun too. I just threw my stacks. This is all scrap white on white. Doesn't matter what it is. It's a pillow. Using up what I got. I could have dug out. Separate them by the size. Hi, Gladys. And then this is actually pink. You don't really know it until you sit it out here. The center square. There's, but it's like, need to turn this down a bit. I'm using a different tripod, so I have to remember. Which one I got, which knob turns what, here, there, everywhere. But in case you guys, oh, that's what I was gonna have that thing in my trigger finger, the pattern. It's like the cutting instructions. They tell you out of the white, you need 8 2.5-inch squares, which is right there. You need 4 2 7/8, which in my hand you can't see because the board's up too high, too small, too whatever. And then 16 little 1.5 inchers. This is what it says. Fabric number 2, you just need 8 rectangles, which is right there. My heart's going to be in purple. Fabric number 3, you need 8 2.5-inch squares, which is this one right here. And then fabric number 4, you need 1 4.5-inch square and 4 2 7/8-inch squares. Needed for the Hunter Star quilt top. Oh, I have to start another one of those too. But being I've already did 3 on the live, it'll be on the side when I have time. I won a fat quarter bundle, 12 years ago, I think it is. And I didn't know what to use them on, so I'm making another Hunter Star. Because they're more a solid, which could be more manly. And then I'm going to put off-white as the other color. But for now, I did 3 last year. 2 for myself and 1 I sold. But they are a blast, Kim. It's like how quick and easily they go together. Okay, now I'm going to the next page, which tells you the part assembly. But I'm doing mine just a little bit different. I'm going to take, see, I didn't write on here. Normally, I take and write that this one here is the purple floral. This one was the lavender swirls. I named the fabrics. And this one is the kind of a mauve. Hi, Charlotte. And then, of course, white. Scrappy. Hunter Star is on my very long list. I have done a many. Well, Lori, I can tell you, do the 10-inch square one. Do not do the 5-inch one. The Missouri Star one, no, 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 no. It's got more headaches. So, set that up here so I can refer to the mauve and the white that are the same size. Those have to be made into half square triangles. They want you to, in the pattern, to dissect these. And I might go ahead and dissect them because I'm using the featherweight and I don't have a 1/4-inch foot. So I might dissect them just so I get the seam about right. So, being I'm using the featherweight, all my pieces got to be squared up. Someday I'll get that piece I need. Someday. I'm the simpleton. I improvise. I draw lines. I do what it takes to get there. Yeah, it's still not letting me do the live on my tablet. I think these are all the same material. Yep. Checking for right and wrong. Right sides together. Because it's white on white. Oh, sorry to hear that, Charlotte. We're there for you. Cheryl's knitting and lurking. Yeah, you don't want to knit 1, purl 2 when you should be knitting. Yeah, we wasn't put on this world with a timestamp. And so my husband's was so unexpected, so quick. But we won't bring up the past. It was like talking on Thursday and coma on Friday. I can tell you as simple as that. And passed away on Saturday. That's how no time to plan. You had no idea. Actually, that's good that way. So, being I'm using the featherweight, I have to do a lot of line drawing. But you are in my thoughts and prayers. Because I've been there, done that. Yeah, I'm okay with it. It's just not something that we just need to show support. And that's what I'm doing. I think I was okay with it within a week or two, but every once in a while I have my regrets. There's nothing we can do about it because we had a vacation planned. Well, that vacation didn't happen. We was trying to get a vacation planned with the whole family to go one more time to where he wanted to go. And he enjoyed watching, the grandkids, the great-grandkids. He wanted a place. Yeah, my husband was no pain. And be thankful for that. My mom, she was in her coma, 11 days? Every single day. I was up there every single day when I wasn't working. Dad and I, Dad didn't want her to be by herself, so we switched back and forth. Would my brothers and sister come down and help? No. No, it was just call us when she's passed. And I thought, yeah, thank you. But that's how it goes. It's like you just can't. I think of it every day. Because not much has changed in my house. Not much changed any place. Just one less vehicle to maintain. That's all I have. One less vehicle to maintain. And you're doing good coming on here. It's like, make sure that I adjusted the stitch down. I'm going to do a chain gang sewing. I don't want to wind another bobbin. I just put a new one in yesterday for that project. And you can't see it now, but that project is done hanging behind me. So there's the projects I made so far. I don't know when the girls will pick up their stuff, but next Tuesday I have one more just on that chair, which you can see. I have that one to table runner to put in quilted form. And then I gotta see if I can find more red fabric, because my red, white, and blue stack looks more blue, 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 and blue. So I gotta see if I can find some more red somewhere, because the binding on that one will be, I think, red. If I have to go to white, I go to white. Hi, Jennifer. I need to get, oh, it's got one. I need to get one of those aftermarket cutters. I wish this thing would say I'm on here, so I could use up closer chat. I watched a bunch of Donna Jordan's videos yesterday using up scraps. Yeah, you get a lot of ideas, don't you? That song Sparrow that Lori's doing, and I think Deb, I don't know who's all doing it. Lori, you're on here. That one there, I'm going to do Scrappy. The white will have the same color, the background, but that's about it. I'm using up scraps because it looks like a good scrap buster. Maybe I can get some stuff out of my trash can over here. As soon as I can get to the library, I'll print several of her free patterns. Well, that sounds good. Hi, Kathy. But all the things I do today on this one will take me just a little bit longer. Deb is doing Winter Kisses. Hers starts tomorrow? Okay. I'll have to go check to see what that is. Rotary cutter and a ruler. I still haven't found that 2.5 by 6.5. How many quilts have I finished for the year, Carrie? I think I finished 12 quilts, 10 plus pillow covers. I think it's 5 or 6 table runners. I've quilted, well, one I made, and my friend has wall hangings. She has a wall hanging for every season. She's trying to get one for every month. And I have no place close to Cheryl. I'm busy with that little one. And then trying to do the ones for my kids. I think it's great that they ask for them. It's even better when they ask for them. Okay, go stir your beans. But it's like, we just have to slow down and enjoy our life too. It used to be, I was in this room 8 hours a day, just quilting. I'd go out and weed the flower bed, different things like that. And it's like, no, It's like no more 8 hours in here. This is not a job. It's supposed to be enjoyable. Okay, now I have to press to the dark side. So I'm finger pressing. But it's like, I have one on the long arm right now, sitting there, because I had to tear out all the stitches. My tension was off. Because on these, you just don't take these half square triangles over and press them as quickly. It's like, it's better if you do a quick finger opening, because you don't take, because they're biased. That is the reason. You don't want the, what is it, the St. Louis arches, the McDonald arches. You don't want these because they're biased, they will arch. Oh, it's like, he did 4 quilts. That's all? Just 4, huh? But it's like, we all need to take time and enjoy our other things that we enjoy in life. Go camping, go this, go that. It doesn't need to be, you know, quilt, 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 quilt. I doubt he's getting them all. He'd be a dreaming boy. Dang it. What is catching on the iron here? No. No, I'm just making half square triangles right now for the Sweetheart block. Good stuff. The first step is making all these little half square triangles. But I go through and try to tell everybody what here it says I need to make 8 half square triangles. And then I have to take the half square triangles and join them with the next block. But I try to teach from the pattern, because there are people. No, I'm opening up the half square triangles. I always finger press them from the middle out. I always keep all my fingers on there, because I don't want to make the golden arches, the Arch of St. Louis, whatever places have arches. I'm sure there's more, but McDonald's has the most arches. It means I'm using the featherweight and I don't have the right foot and everything else. Now I have to trim them all down. To 2.5. And the reason I know that is because those other 8 squares that are joining this are 2.5. They're on the, I go, where the heck did they go? So with my 1-1 corner up there, line up there. The cathedral window, it didn't, I've made several blocks for one because we had a block swap that, or it wasn't really a block swap. This lady was making the cathedral windows for a giveaway quilt. She thought she had enough fabric, so we all ended up helping make blocks for her to add to the quilt because it was scrappy anyway. So I've made them. Not a fan of them because it's like, to me, they was heavy. That quilt was heavy when it was done. And you will learn in time. I don't like, you're just learning. I'm not a fan of also top stitching in the middle of a quilt. I wanted to go back and hand stitch those things. Getting all these 2.5 cut. I would rather have a little bit to trim than come up short. I keep saying I'm going to save these and put them out for the birds because they make great nests. But they all end up in my garbage instead. Okay, you're using the hand stitch. That top stitch method is what this gal was doing. So I made her the blocks and let her do the top stitching. I'm glad you came back. Good, it's like good stuff. Seems unusual to say that. It's like we don't ask for first names or anything, but it's like a lot of our names, like Quilting in the Country, is Lori. She has a YouTube channel. And I do this because I like the interaction with the friends, kind of teaching. And my first quilting, I didn't start YouTube watching until my husband passed away. And then something I had said you can go to YouTube to get the sewing instructions. And I thought, YouTube? I thought YouTube was just for movies. And then that's where I found Lisa Cape and Quilts when the COVID hit. Which was years after my husband passed. I wasn't even signed in on any of the, I couldn't comment on any of the YouTubes because I wasn't signed in. So I watched YouTube for, I think, 3 years before I even signed up to go in the chat, and that was because of Lisa Cape and Quilts. And we did a block a day while COVID lockdown was in place. We'd know what we had to have the day before, and if we wanted to join, we joined. And a lot of these quilters that are out here now are only quilters because of COVID. They started making the masks and now they become quilters. Okay, now I need the other 2.5s. It's like this pattern, it shows them in browns, but it's like, I am just not the brown person. It's like, I do what I want to do. Not right or wrong. Okay. I need 4 of this. And I know this pale pink is not going to show up as much. I have to have 4 sets. I combine quilting with cooking because I sit at my kitchen table to hand sew. Okay. It's like my hand sewing is always it. That's when I get out of this chair. Means I'm doing this scrappy. I'm trying to make sure that these are scrappy. And see, I can't count because I got 1 extra. They're scrappy but match. Yeah, I like the way Kim broke it up. Good stuff. So now, some web sewing. My mark on my table here disappeared. I had a 1/4 inch mark. It's not worth, to me, it's not worth $70 to change that little plate right there to have a line. But it's like trial and error. We all learn what we can and can't do. What is a good step, what isn't a good step. It's like my binding way is like nobody else's. There's a few people that have started using my binding technique. I don't care if they use it or not. I use it because that's me. It's different from when I first started, but I found one that I like. Okay. It smells good in your house? I bet it does. I know when I make a stew, I'm hungry. My stomach's growling the whole time I'm making that. Your first video for Daily Stitchery? Just uploaded? Okay. Let me see. Gotta figure out where I put my mouse. Then I gotta figure out where do I go to get her link. It's like with my screens shrunk down and enlarged, I can't get it up on the screen. And this other one is being a behinder. It's not letting me even go to my lives. So I don't know if Kim or Lori could post her link. Is that a picture of you in there? Good stuff. I seen that part. It seems like I seen some goat feet. Oh, you're not a moderator? Well, I thought you was, Lori, at one time. Well, you are now, Lori. Once you accept the honors. Okay, Kim, that's fine. I just made Lori. Two. Not going to cut on that bed. I know you have to go up to the more part, and I can't get to the more part. Yeah, Kathy's a moderator, but I don't know if she knows how to do it. Do you know how to do it, Susan? That's the thing. It's like some of us know how to do it and some don't. Hi, June. Because I'm not sure if June knows how to do it either. Keep saying I'm going to teach everybody, but hasn't. Oh, we're trying to take good stuff and put her channel link up there, Terry. And how's Miss Terry today? With my enlarged screen, I can't find the more button. Yeah. We're getting it up there. Thank you. It's like we try to help all of us. Yeah, you're on your phone. Yes. It is, well, like with my enlarged screen so I can see the chat. It's like, okay. It's a bit much. Got it and subscribed. Okay. We all got it. All the chatters and lurkers. Yep. I just put everybody as the standard because I don't know. It's like, usually I'm available if there's a person that needs to be booted out, which I should be knocking on wood. You remembered. Yay. But it's, we don't use it very often. So it makes it harder. Just like I was going to have the link for the sweetheart block on my, but I figured it was better that I got out of my jammies. You rant and rave sometimes. I've seen quite a few different rant and raving on some of these, and I just don't subscribe to them, and then I try to remember not to watch or don't watch them. She's doing laundry, sewing a bag, dealing with the queen daughter. Yes, that precious little thing. It's like I only have a few more days of me and haven't did what I wanted to do in my sewing room. I'd like to take that corner stuff out, move that shelf down, and move that stuff right there, because that drawer I need into. My photo album cabinet I don't get into as often, but nothing's moved yet because I have to take every single thing out of that cabinet. And I think there's probably 50 photo albums. Because I have, she just ate and is whining. She got used to sitting on my lap or being rocked to sleep like a real baby. Yeah. But thank you, Darlene. My quilting buddy. She made it to New, I think, yeah, she made it to New Year's. Her New Year's. I wasn't going to make anybody wait to my New Year's, that's for sure. I watched the Chipmunk movie. That's how I spent my New Year's Eve. Okay, this is the next step that needed done. Now we're going to press these open. I'm going to run get my spritzer bottle real fast. I need a little steam. It's like I had it in the other room pressing fabric before I trimmed it the other day. Boy, it was really needing it. And it's like left it out there. Then every day I'd get up. You went to bed a little after midnight, didn't get to sleep. Yes, isn't that terrible, Kim? Yeah. Like I went to bed and couldn't sleep. It was about 2 o'clock when I fell asleep. Woke up at 5:30 thinking I slept my day away. And I go, it's only 5:30. So, no, 5. So I watched TV for an hour because once I wake up, I'm awake. So I have to turn on the TV, find something really boring. So I'm getting educated on the planet. And then I know I made it to 6 o'clock. And then up at 7:30. I turned off my 7:20 alarm. 6:07, I was giving myself eye drops. So if I overslept and just hopped out of bed, that I wouldn't forget my eye drops. So I put my eye drops in at 6:07 this morning, which is fine. There's those 4 patches. It's like, I'm going to set these up a little bit. I'm going to put the center out there in the center. And then these go a solid square to the point. And they all have the same solid square of white on white. So I'm going to sit them accordingly. These are the ones I got to use next. This is a spare. Sandra can't count today. The other morning when Lori went on and watched my fingers, my short, and she wrote a comment on there, I was awake. I replied to her. It was 1:47 my time. I printed the block pattern. I thought I would be doing that today. Can't. No brain power left. Okay, you're fine. But you can't hardly see. This light pink is such a light pink. But when you start putting the darker pieces up against it, it'll make it stand out. On that quilt, I used gold because it was bright enough. But it's just scrappy. It's just me. Now, the next pieces, it says now I need to make the star, or the heart, and it says the next page. Gives you the instructions on how to do that. So you're supposed to take your rectangles and these little 1.5 inchers and put them on each side. These ones here, you don't dissect corner to corner. These ones still need trimmed corner to corner, but they're not in the process right this minute. And I am not putting that tape or anything else on there. Trying to mess these up. So the corners are not all the same. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of these, 8 of these. But I can either wing it or draw it. Well, guess what? I'm not winging it. It's like, where's that ruler? I'll subscribe when I'm done. That's the normal, it's D time alarm. I don't have D today, so I'm going until this is done. So if anybody has plans and needs to leave, you know, I don't stop you. I can't sit on you and make you stay here. But if you got things to do, go do them. There's always replay if you want to come back and watch. Terry, she was a late nighter no matter what before. Seems like a lot of us. I have been brain dead Victorian playlist and a daily stitchery list. Okay. Hi, Nina. And how are you? Almost missed you. You're just about to go off the screen. And how is Nina today? I'm working on the Sweetheart block, patchworksquare.com. It's a free pattern. I did it, probably last February when I made the girls, when I started these table runners. And Pam must be here. Yep. Pam's here. It's like, because I see you're being asked if you got all moved. It's like, we try to remember everybody's first names the best we can. And if we ever say them wrong, just tell us. I had a list on my tabletop, but that got faded away. The only disadvantage to using white on whites is right and wrong. Well, you better get on that one there, Lori. My girls, luckily, Melinda doesn't have but a tiny table in her RV. So hers usually sits on the back of the couch, or she's going to get a hanger for on the wall. Not settled yet. Too much going on caring for your husband. Okay. Yeah. 2 more lines. Just have to, some of them are rougher than others. And then there's times you go, is that the right or the wrong? Some of the white on white has got such great quality that you just kind of, huh? And then there's white on white that I think was made for a dress that needs lining, a blouse that would need lining, or a camisole under it, but it gets a little thin. Hi, Denise. Happy New Year to you, too. So I have these, and the instructions say one on one side, one on the other. So here I go. We'll get 4. I'll do 4 that go one way, and then 4 will turn the other way. And because I hit the foot pedal, she come unthreaded. It's like that one and that one. Now this one here, oh, where'd my bobbin thread go? I shouldn't be out already. Nope. The bobbin thread just curled back up. See if it... This one doesn't click as loud as my other machines. On the others, I can actually hear the click. So I'm going to try to do the chain again. And I want to pick up the other one and put it on the other side. So it's going to look funny. One's right side up and one's upside down. But it's like, anybody got big plans for this year? It's like Lori's got a sew along. Deb has a sew along. I thought about it, but there's so many sew alongs. I'm just going to teach blocks and make another sampler quilt. I'm trying to put a block in. Last night I went hunting for the, well, last night, 2:32 this morning, I think it was. I went looking for the shamrock block, which is coming after this one. And it's like, so I got the link for that one ready to go. And I forgot to put today's link in that. I haven't figured out how to do that. You have to complete one twin size quilt a month. Okay. Pam's is getting unpacked and learn how to use my long arm and pro stitch. Now that I'm not going with. I'm not going to go pro stitcher. I have seen that new one that they make for any sewing machine. That would be different. Now I have to put these all back through and put on the other side. Because I know I have to trim one side off before I put the other side. So that's why I just random did these. There's all this trimming. And no, these triangles are not being saved. They are not being sewed. I do not want to make half-inch, half-square triangles. These little subcuts are not coming back to life. Yeah, the Pro might help. But it's like, I've watched that new one out that's supposed to make any machine. I guess the brains goes through to the table it's sitting on. It's like, I'm really curious on that one. But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I just do one row at a time, Pam, because I can't stand there. My knees can't take it. My knees cannot take. So. It's, my knees can't take it. I do a row, I have to go down and go sit down, get the knees functioning again. So I find other things to do real fast. I'm going to get this one under the needle so I can save thread and get that one out of there. That way I can get them all pressed at the same time, at the same step. And this Sweetheart one takes a little bit more time. For pressing and whatnot. I wouldn't get it all done on a Delaney day. Bye, Pam. Baby D. It's like, you seen, the alarm went off minutes ago. But if I was doing this on her day, I would have had half of this sewed. I would have had a lot of the sewing. And this one here, I have a white on white backwards. It doesn't matter. It's like, they say, it's only paint, it'll wear off in time. And then it's such a small piece, who's going to see it? And I call it my Where's Waldo for the quilt. So if anybody wants to go find that little tiny piece that went wrong, more power to you. My one grandson, he will try to find it. I says, there's a wrong one. And so he will take off and try to find it. So they're all pressed. So now I have to go back and put the other side on. And then do the same thing over again. Wrong foot. And see, Terry, I left her out for the days I have. But I don't think she'll be out next week. I could try and see how bad she is with it. Because it's like little all hands. There's too many little tiny parts. And I don't want her to break this, Sarah Jane. Because she'd probably try to do all sorts of things. At least I have the not as hot light bulb. I have the LED bulb. I think the 66 or this one, its bulb might be in the original bulb might be in the box. One of them has a bulb in there, either the chair drawer or the box for the featherweight. Some more clipping. The Sweetheart block takes a little bit more time, but it's well worth it. I think any quilt block is worth it. To see the little tiny pieces. A person could enlarge it, But it defeats, to me, it changes the whole thing. Change the size and rename it, claim it, put it in a quilt. It's like it's still a quilt block that somebody else had already made. If that was the case, I could name lots of quilts. Because I can take a picture and start working on graph paper and come out with my pattern. And the Seahawk quilt that I made, I don't think there's any pictures posted. I designed the whole Seahawk quilt. And when my grandson opened it on his graduation at the thing, he got offers to buy it. And he did not sell it to nobody. He did not sell it to anybody. He wouldn't give up his quilt. I bought some extra materials that I didn't need to buy because it kind of kept changing the pattern or the color theme at least. So I have a couple of those pieces. Everybody's thinking in chat or working on projects. When the chat quits moving, I either have to look to see if I'm froze or they're just all busy. Kim left her ham for a little bit. I know I think about, every time I do get ham, I think about making split pea soup, but then I gotta remember to buy the split peas. So they're in the house when I want to do it. I can use frozen onions. Yeah, you're doing your floors. Is Donnie listening too? If he is, hi Donnie. Yeah, you're fine, Terry. It's like you said you was doing laundry, sewing, laundry and cooking and Miss Queen. I should have put moisture on all of these, not part of them. They lay better, and I don't have that problem so much. But I will not put steam water in my iron. My iron usually makes it, I mean, if it makes it a month. Cheryl just had some homemade vegetable soup from your daughter. She brought you a grandkid and a daughter soup today, huh? So now it says, now I have to go dissect these. Because I got to make the bottom of the heart. Yeah, some beans, they're sure good. We have the master closet left. Then we will be doing baseboards and door trim. You'll be glad when it's done. Yeah. When we bought this house, it was in need of remodeling. When you pay $4,000 for a house, it's going to need remodeling, right? we put in. I'd never had windows that actually they're 2x4 windows, and the 2x2 window they swung in the house because the screens was on the outside, and it's like it's always right where you hit your head or above the sink. It's like it was really good because you didn't have to. I understand that one there too. Okay, it says repeat all those following the arrow. So now it's got to put half of these in one side. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to sew on one side of one and one side of the other. Now I'm trying to figure out how that's done. That's the part they should have told us. Because it would have to sit here, sew down, and cut off this. How many years have I lived here? Since 1984. We have put in 2 different sets of windows. It's like, oh, I was supposed to not cut them. So, real fast, go back and remake these. This is the lavender swirls. If I would have read the instructions instead of jumping, like, I know the material's right here. But I thought, how am I going to do that? You have a half gallon of vegetable soup in your freezer? Well, that's always a good thing. Okay. Don't goof up on this one, Sandra. It's like start out the new year with a goof. I have in my freezer sauce to make sloppy joes. I have sauce to make spaghetti. That's what I have in my freezer ready. It's like, read the instructions here. And Austin's asking me, do you want Panda or Arby's? Well, what the heck I would pick the Panda. We had Arby's the other day. And it's like right in the list, it says, do not dissect, and I dissect. Because I didn't go to the other page. So I have him bring enough for all of us. Panda is kind of a Chinese, yes. They have excellent walnut. It's a glazed walnut shrimp. That is awesome. And then I like their They make a string bean chicken with, I think it's called peanut sauce on it. That is awesome. It's, my husband goes, "You always pick the lowest calorie thing on the list." I says, "No, I don't do hot and spicy. I don't do the beef. Since the gallbladder removed, beef is not my friend. Because even at Arby's, I'll get the ham and cheese. I will get something else. Because Casey invited me out for stew, but I'm trying to avoid beef now because I had beef stew for 3 days. That is the only thing I find being by ourselves. It's like the single life. You either freeze it or eat it. But I get their noodle, and I add extra teriyaki to that. I love their teriyaki sauce. It is awesome. But the one in the, I have 6 pints of chicken and broth that I can. So chicken and noodles is easy, or dumplings. Yeah. See, I thought about dumplings. And I found I do not have to have the milk to make the dumplings. I have found that I do not have to have milk to make the dumplings. You like their noodles and chicken. Ours went out of business. Yeah, some of them, they're in the bad location, or they're like, we have it. So he must be going to Airway Heights. The Indian reservation, when they put in their gas station, they put Arby's in there. But this week I've had prime rib sandwiches, and that was two different meals. Austin said it was enough for one sandwich. It was enough for 2. So I've had my fill of beef there, and then I had the 3 days of beef stew. I'm ready for chicken. My kids growing up, their friends never came at dinner time. We ate too early. Well, my husband had to be in bed because he had to go to work at 2. So our dinner was always by 5. And they always had their dinner at like 8. And it's like, no, 8's too late. For me, that's too late. Oh, I drew the line down the middle. So I'm just, yeah, I sew on the line. I want to save these outer points. So I have to go draw a 1/2 inch on the other side. Maybe if I can get it figured in my eyeball where I need to sew. By where the foot sits. Because these would make cute little pinwheels. Pinwheels are great. They represent flowers. We always eat dinner at 4. Yeah. Yeah. 1 serving containers. I need some smaller containers. That one. It's like if I would have thought ahead, I could have had all these lines drawn. But I thought just having the fabric cut was enough. It's like, no, don't assume. That good old word. Don't assume. I was glad my husband went and got his coffee from the restaurant or the gas mini mart. They always had a pot of coffee ready for him to come fill his thermos. I was glad for that, because if I had to smell coffee at 2 a.m., I hate the smell of coffee. Shady Susan, if you store your leftovers in the freezer plastic bags, works great, or canning jars for the freezer. Yeah, it's like I don't have usually enough bags around either. And if I put them in the containers ahead of time, then I just sit them out, let them thaw, heat them up, and eat from that dish. Because like this Chinese, when it comes home, I have a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and a little bit the next day. Now these ones need on this other corner. One. I have 6 squares, so I cut too many squares again. Well, I'm good at cutting extra fabric today. It scraps. This is irons off, the marks do. Oh, Shady Susan, I did freeze some milk in my mason jars and they burst. Oh, yeah, because milk expands bad. Milk expands. I froze milk in 2 cup things. I put 1.5 in each one, because like the recipes was calling for 2 cups of milk. So I was trying to figure out, okay, if that's that way, then it's this way. Okay, almost did that one wrong. I said, next time I'm going to freeze the milk in ice cube tray. But then I would have to figure out how many ice cubes it takes to make the measurement I need. So I just freeze it in 1 cups now. In a 2 cup container, because I don't have 1.5 cup containers. And then after it's froze, then I can put it in that baggie that I need. So it's like a large ice cube. writing. It's like, missed that one. I did freeze some. Putting riding ambulance back in the day, we ate out of plastic bags. Yeah. And when my mom and dad were in the hospital, I had a placemat in my car so I could eat while I drove back and forth. Do you think it's because it was milk? Yeah, I don't drink milk either. I only need it for recipes. Whenever I freeze liquid, I leave the jar open and lean it on the side so it can expand safely. I always leave extra room at the top for food to expand as it freezes. Yeah, then after it freezes, they say take saran wrap and press down onto to keep your frost, those little crystals, from going all over it. It helps prevent. And when you do the ice cream, you do the same thing. It's like keep that saran wrap on top, press down. It keeps the air from landing and making those crystals. So when I put it in the containers and then into the freezer bags, I can press all the excess out of those freezer bags. And then I put them inside a cardboard box in my freezer to help prevent with extra. Because I just used up the last of my milk. But that boxed macaroni and cheese I have made without milk. I have made dumplings without milk. And there was something else I just had that needed milk and I didn't have any milk. And I did just fine. Yeah, you don't want those extra crystals. It just changes the flavor so much. Okay, I saved the other parts of this because this is going to make a real cute pinwheel down the road. Yeah, it's like when it expands, it's just like it's in an airtight thing. That extra air's got to go someplace, Terry. I know I've opened up, like when I put the spaghetti sauce in the freezer. Sometimes that lid, plastic lid, because I use like, for my serving size, I use the, what is it, a 1 pound butter dish? And it has the plastic snap-on lid. That snap-on lid is quite often snapped off. Called it protective ice. I call it a disflavoring ice. It sure takes away from the flavor of whatever we're freezing. There's 4 of that one. And this is the other one for that side. But see, they don't tell you these things because they want you to throw out that and come back out again. Oh, Shady Susan, I guess I'm the only one. And I buy 2 gallons of milk about every week and a half. I use for breakfast. My cereal has no milk. I eat dry cereal. Even when my kids was younger, they would eat the dry cereal too. It was terrible. It's like, I don't know if we all get in a habit or what it is. I was always running behind. It's like, get up and run. And then I'm lactose intolerant, so that doesn't help. And it's figured out that had to be the reason that I didn't drink milk growing up, because it's always made me sick. My mom, she drank her milk warm. My mom was a dairy girl, raised on a dairy. And she drank her milk warm. And it's like, no, 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 no. My mom would sit her milk out on the counter about an hour before she ate her breakfast, or would have breakfast, rather French toast. Even if she had milk for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dad says I should just sit the gallon container on the counter and let it get warm all day. And it's like, no, it had to be when they planned dinner an hour before. I eat ice cream, but very little. And our Zips makes their milkshakes and ice cream cones are out of lactose-free ice cream. So I go up here to our local Zips when I want ice cream, paying dearly for it. But I wish the store would get the lactose-free ice cream. But yeah, there's not much ice cream bought in this house. And I know there's a pill, I forget what it's called, Dairy something, Dairy Ease, Dairy something. It actually works. But to me, all milk is sour. You have 2 medications that require it. I hope I never get that medication. Yeah, I know the medicine they used to say is better with a milk than an empty stomach. And it's like, ew. Sewing my little hearts together. This heart seems to be a little longer than the other heart. Now I have to press all these hearts open. And then I think we have our 9 patch ready to sew. Because that's what it's considered when you have 9 separate patches. I'll see if these all, how they measure. But there will be some moisture going on them. Go ahead and get these spritzed so it can soak on in there. It's like, when I got married, I didn't think about it anymore on the milk part, because I didn't have to drink it anymore. Because I got married, I didn't have to have food that I didn't like anymore. And it's like later down the road, I noticed it in my kids not liking it either. So just assumed that they was copying me, probably. My husband, it's like when I met him, he was on a small dairy. And we worked for a dairy. And that dairy, our bonus was we could have up to a gallon of milk a day and 3 gallons of ice cream? They had their own little making there where they made it. Four and a half. Got a little bit of trimming. But it's like the kids, the chocolate ice cream. And we'd get the milk and we could have it in gallon containers. We could have it half-gallon, quarts, whatever we wanted. Well, we had so much milk that when we didn't fulfill our allotment we'd give it to my mom and dad. We'd freeze it. We did whatever we could. The kids, they just went on an ice cream diet. They wouldn't drink the milk, but they would eat the ice cream. Which I didn't care. It was free. It's a wonder we didn't all come little chubby bubbies then. There. Trimmed off the little extra. You know you're never going to see it. Get used to hanging that back up there. Grab the design board. Now these all go around. And there's how they go around. Like I said, you guys aren't seeing this mauve. It could have went a little bit darker. But I'm going to, I want to make I think a heart. It'll make the directional. So maybe I won't make a heart. It's like, I have to decide now. But it's like, it's no worries. So now I just have to sew this 9 patch together. Because there's 3 blocks each row. So it is officially a 9 patch. Thank you, Kim. But I just didn't want, on the other ones I put the yellow. And I just didn't want to go back to the yellow. I wanted to keep it more soft muted. So I'll sew, I will web this. Keep the scissors out of my hand, Sandra. With the featherweight, I sometimes think I need to draw the line just to keep me straight. Have a thread that caught. Thank you, Cheryl and Kim. This webbing technique, it took a while to not have the scissors in my hand or go up there to the thread cutter. It took me a while to get used to that. But it's like, it's gotten a little better over years. I think that cutter needs to be sharpened or replaced. Open it up. Grab this one. It's like, if you want to make your design board like I did, darker, I just grabbed the old t-shirt, put it on the board, and everything sticks to it really well. But it's the contrast, so you can see, like when I have the white on white, it's like, huh? Where is that piece? Thank you, Lori. Can you put a piece of tape on there for your 1/4 inch? It's like, it'd be a little piece of tape I could. I do have some of that. What is that fancy tape called? Washi tape or some dumb thing. I do have some of that. But normally I take my marking pen, which I have red here. Normally I take and sit this right under there and put my mark out here. It lasts for a while. There. I forgot I still had this from doing Christmas cards. Do you have washi tape? Yes, just on the plate. Okay. I forgot I was given washi tape. She got a whole bunch and she don't like it. The bag's never even been open. But I've learned to eyeball a lot of this stuff. It just doesn't work on when you want. Do you have the magnet for the... No, I don't have anything to help on Seam Guide. Just it. She's still... Nothing else. Okay, now hang this up because I got to press these pieces here. I find if you press them before you sew the web together, it's a lot easier. Because it's just the way it works. Hi, Fern. I've never had a machine that had a metal bed, is why I don't have the magnetic. Mine are all the plastic things. This one. I wear out my fingernails doing this. And they're so brittle right now. I'm making the Sweetheart Block Fern, just so you know. And there's the pieces finger pressed. So now I'll turn it this way because that's the way I fold the first one. Line up, nest your seam. Nest that first seam. That's the only seam that matches. That seam wants to roll over. caught it before it did. I have a seam rolled over right here. They say if it can be pressed down, don't worry about it. So I don't. Now I'm going to head to the point that I can see. And so just below it, so I don't lose the point of that. Then this one, during one of the pressings, it rolled. Makes it easier if you kind of keep your pressings the right way. On the big quilts especially. Fern saying hi to everybody. I have so many places I put the stuff out of Miss D's reach that when I go to find them, they're not where I want them to be. Here, I can put them on the bobbin, where the guide to the bobbin thread goes. It works. On my regular sewing machine, I have a command strip on the end to hang my scissors. Can't do around my neck because we know who would be taking that all the time. The last nesting. Just gotta make sure the corner seam goes down. I'm just lurking, so don't talk to me. I can't sew and chat at the same time. Yes. It's like, I just went brain dead on your name. Because the SK Damn, it fits my name. Is it Sharon? Oh, we're not talking to her. Hi, ghost. We're not supposed to talk to her, June. She says don't talk to her. It's like a... It's like, that's a good one to come on. I get distracted a lot when you go on these. I see I'm into overtime by a lot, but I can because I have no baby D. So I'm just going to continue on with what my plans are. Like I said, if you guys got things to do and places to be, by June, it's fine. I know others are. Cheryl's knitting. Terry's taking care of the queen mother, or daughter. But I said, none of us are forced to stay. Yes, Happy New Year, June. She tried finding me an hour earlier than normal. See, I flipped this over and I found some places it flipped because of the seams. The extra fabrics Makes your fabric sometimes flip where you don't want it to flip. Those junctions make a mind of their own. Doing laundry and holding the puppy. That's a great excuse to keep you grounded and safe on your back. This isn't exactly the right color. It matches, but it doesn't match. But this is what I'm going to use for the edge because I own it. I own it, so use it, right? This one here is wonky inside, but it's got a straight edge. Because I got to cut it down anyway. Oh, so see? So you guys are grounded. You can stick around. It's a good excuse, right? When the kids come in and say, Grandma, I can't. I'm babysitting. Yeah, 2 days for the queen daughter to be 16. Thank you, Terry. It's like just trying to use up my scraps. I had some more scraps that needed use, so I said, do it. I didn't even trim this one up because I have to trim it anyway. Fern's puppy's not feeling well. Not as frisky as usual. The laundry just finished. Uh-oh. Does that mean you got to move it from one place to the next place? Wrong side or right side? That helps. I know Austin and them have to come down and get their last laundry. That's what roommate did, come down last night and got all the laundry done. Left was one in the dryer and one in the washer. I flipped it. And I just do so it doesn't wrinkle. I just do one of those quick done, and it's it. It's like it's not going to be full of wrinkles anyway. I have to put a few dishes from the sink to the dishwasher and press start. It's such a hard job, right? Pressing that start button. But it has to be a full load for me. I'm not a half load girl. Fern, hope your puppy feels better soon. Yes. She's 2? Yeah. I was always told they know when they want to eat, don't force them. I was always told that. Because there's times we don't want to eat. My pillows, if they're not perfectly square, you know, the pieces up front here, I don't care. They're a pillow cover. There's something I made quickly, and nobody ever seems to notice. But I have most of it squared up. Just make sure right and wrong. Start the needle down. She's a Yorkie. Okay. She's just a little thing. My friend had 2, and then she had 1, and now she has none. And she says she can't go back to any more heartbreak. And she's doing more traveling and has to have a babysitter. I says, things happen for reasons, right? She just went to Hawaii for a week. And she would have had to babysitter. Because she don't do the boarding kennels. Well, Fern, just let her have a day of rest. Sometimes it's just an upset stomach or like the rest of us. Just don't feel like it today. I had dogs that didn't play fetch all the time. But when they did, they was go, go, go. But then I have Maya that comes and visits. She's nonstop. And when she doesn't want to play fetch with the ball, I always wonder. But seems to go away. A day of rest. And then it's like on Maya, she gets up on my lap and I just rub her tummy. Seems like that's what she wants, is her tummy rubbed. And you can, her tummy's kind of firm. I said something not digesting well. Then the next day, she's right back to the horseplay. Oh, yeah. My friend went to Florida. She put her dog in kennel. Yeah. She lets her. If she says, I let my mom and dad have the honor of watching her. Her mom and dad isn't, never had a pet. It's like they never had a pet. So they watched them. But now the dad is getting where he can't remember things. I don't know if it's diagnosed yet, dementia, Alzheimer's, what it is. But it was sad he had to ask what he was eating on the plate at Thanksgiving. And then we did gluten-free for Aspen, because that whole house, oh, it tried doing a little snow here, not much. I just gone, what is this little stuff out here? I missed the snowstorm. Am I sad? No. When we left ours for a couple days, being as the grandkids only live a block away, we hired Michaela. She would come home from school, check on them, and then she would go down to her house, eat her dinner, and then she'd come back. Bye, Lori. And Happy New Year to you and yours. So there's the 4 borders on it. Now I have to just cut it to 14. 14. It's like I move my rulers around. I got to remember where's what. And I have a small area and a big ruler. That small area with the big ruler doesn't always work the best because I have a small cutting board. You know what? I have a big cutting board right over here. Why suffer when I can grab this? And I have a brand new one in the wrapper still. And this is my second mat I ever bought. It's still bigger than my table, but I can put the whole block on it. The whole thing will be there so I can slide it back and forth on the table. Because I don't think my table's even. I have to put this on. I don't close the flapper unless that's on there. So I need this 14 by 14 because I have to sew it 13. Nothing for my 1 corner. So 12, 13, 14. So I have to be an inch over all the edges. And if they're off a little, just adjust the ruler. And for my marking pen, because I'm going to go out to 14 and a half. Going to go out a quarter, up a quarter. So that's an inch and a quarter. Inch and a quarter. Because I want a little extra so I can zigzag the edge. Slide it forward so I have something firm. Let's see, can I rotate it some? Yeah. Can I rotate it again? If I get back here far enough. Now I'm going to put 14.5 down in this corner. Line up the 14.5. Oh, start back here. Pull it towards me. This cutting board is supposed to be being used. I'm going to cut it down to 14 by 14, make covers for it, and take, I have 2 mats. I'm going to make a case for putting blocks in, like carrying to retreats, sew-alongs. But you know what? I don't attend them anymore. I don't attend them anymore. So I don't have to now. So now I use them for fleece and batting. Put the big ruler up. Put the big cutting. Oh, I'm not putting up the cutting mat yet. Have that and that. I have to figure out on my mat batting my pieces I need. Because I have to put 2 together. This one is a Fisker. I bought this one, I think, in about the year 2000. And someone, when they went and did their Fisker, this is normal wear and tear. They're not replacing the cutting mats anymore. But it's hairy. See the stripes there? That's batting or flannel. So this is the flannel side. That way I don't wreck the other self-healing mats. If you buy the mat, now they're asking, I think, how many quilts do you make and this and that? Which is fine with me. Because, you know, we overdo. You know, we do sew a lot. Because I've never did a claim. Because I always thought it was normal wear and tear. See, that one's 14. I'm hunting for I know I have one more piece of fabric for a pillow. And I thought I set it right here. But it's not showing up. So is this one enough? If I'll just sew it together and make it big enough. It's like where I thought I put it and where I put it are 2 different things. Any white on white that is weird, not, you know, because I thought I set it right on top here. You have the 24 by 36 Fiskers I bought in about 2010. Love it. Yeah. It's like, I don't remember when I did this one, but when I cut that flannel and it stuck in that, it's just, it came alive. This is lint rollered. Good stuff. It actually, if you open it up, you can pick them out. If you can get them open enough, they won't even come out single file. So I don't use the lines to cut by. It's just for cutting flannel batting, and I use rulers. So this is the flannel side. This is the fleece side, because even the fleece sticks in it. So it's just one of those things. This is the better of the two sides. But I have 2 more cutting boards ready. Yeah, the real sticky stuff. Yeah, it did not pull it up at all. I even laid duct tape across it and rubbed the duct tape down and pulled it up. And then I did the scotch, that scotch pad. I've even ran that across it. But when I run that across it, I have to have like something underneath it, just enough to raise in that spot, and then keep moving it over. It went right down into the self-healing part. So this one here I keep the cleanest. But I have 2 brand new mats that flannel and batting are not cut on. I will continue to wreck the same one over and over again. The other one I used so much, my first Fisker, where I was using this line, I cut right through it. So I have a window, so everything had to move over an inch. But it's just something that, when you've made 80 quilts or 60 quilts or 50 quilts, it needs, they're not made to last forever. That's what I always tell myself. They're not made to last forever. Oh, not going to be using this white either. Where is that white? Oh, we might end the day. Oh, I know what I can do. Doesn't have to have white. Grab a fat quarter. Is there one I don't want? Oh, this one. Just grab a fat quarter and use it for the backing. That way I don't have to. Yeah. But things don't last forever for a reason. I just needed some backing for the pillow. And I have motel bed sheets that wore out. And just tells me I need to go out and get a couple more in here. Rolled over my iron cord. So I'm short on the iron here. Just need it to be a little flatter. And then before I pull the iron off, get off the wheel, I have both Fisker rotary mats and love them for trimming, cutting. Yeah, it's my rotating mat. It's now in my travel sewing machine case. I wore the center of it. It's just like sandpaper. But, you know, someone told me about Fisker's warranty. And I said, I am not going over there. I have made so many quilts from this. I feel wear and tear. It comes with time and age. 14 and a half. It's like we wear out. It's like this fabric, I cut a fat quarter out of it. We needed to fussy cut all the flowers. We needed 5-inch squares with flowers. So I just fussy cut it. I moved the sewing machine back up too far. And so this is what was left. I could make a fat quarter out of it. Make sure the ruler is lined up right. Because it's not the smoothest. It might dot and dash and cut some down the road. Kind of weird that way. But this ruler that I got, I ended up paying like $22 for this. It's called Spinabout by Quilt Cut. But I needed a bigger ruler, and it was on sale from my local quilt shop. So I couldn't pass that up. It's like when you can get something inexpensive that you need. I'm going to lay the batting on here. The batting sticks to that other one because I'm not going to I'm not sewing the batting. I'm not Frankensteining. I'm not stitching it together. I'm just laying it. It's a pillow. Now, if it was a quilt, I would zigzag that whole thing. But it's not a quilt. Because I wouldn't want it to come apart. Hi, Michelle. Now, put the pillow top on top. Means it wants to stick. Line up the first one. And then hand smooth out. And this is where I do the pin. And I'm going to do the crosshatch just like I did on the table runner yesterday. I'm going to go by the width of this seam here, which is just under 3, I think it was. And how's Michelle today? But I have 2 pillows I can cover. So I thought I have a purple heart one and then this one. But 90% of my things I make will be the purple. Melinda's the pink. Ronnie's the red. Casey's wife hasn't asked for anything. She's not into the decorating for the holidays that the rest of us are. So while this isn't on that mat, I will grab the ruler, draw my lines to go beyond. Because I'm, whoops, using the seam to draw my line. They might not be the straightest, but like this is, yeah, it's 2 7/8 is the where I'm drawing my line. Actually, yeah, 2 7/8. I had to look and see if this ruler was a 3-incher. And then I always draw, no matter what, to hold that corner down. Flip it over, go back. That one. That one. This one doesn't need a whole bunch of lines because I'm using kind of the stitch in the ditch right there. 7/8, 7/8. I draw through the dark. I don't know why. I can't see it. Another one. 2 7/8. I probably said 3 7/8 earlier. And then just a straight line in that corner. Start up at the middle, on the middle lines. Change the stitch length a little. I don't know what size it is. Oh, going the wrong way. And just doing the quick quilting. Nothing fancy. Quilt as I go. No, just quilting. I love the sound of that little tick, tick, tick in the... This is the disappearing one, yes. The black I will use. I have other colors. They only get used on where you can't see them. The test I did one night, it's like black was the only one that came completely out. The red, orange, and green and purple, they stuck around. I had several disappearing ones. So it was like The test was done. I think it was Marla, June. We watched somebody else say something about it. So I took this one Quilt As You Go sample I made a long time ago. Marked all over it because it had a lot of white in all the different colors. Pressed it off, put it back in the freezer, and seen which ones came back. White or black was the one that disappeared the most. And then I ran it through the washing machine even. First I hand washed it and pressed it, put it back in the freezer. Then I put it in the actual washing machine. And the next day we continued after it was done in the washer, in the dryer, put it back in the freezer. The lines came up very, very faint. Very faint. So we know that the black does the best disappear. You can use the others. And it used to be right here in the drawer. I've written all through these two blocks. I've written through, I've washed, dried, back in the freezer. You see none after time. Because they said just transporting the quilt on a cold winter day, the marks came back when they gifted the quilt. And you would have to, it's like my -10, I have a -10 freezer. So I don't know what you'd have to really do to get those marks to reappear like they said they did. But we did our own testing because somebody was saying something. And I had so many different colors. I have more worries about black thread now. The black thread I had one time bled on my quilt. I thought it was the marker bled. And so I went on this one group and they said, I bet it's your thread. Because if it didn't bleed on all the marker, but I just sprayed, I pressed and then sprayed it and the black thread bled. So I'm not into using black thread very often now. I use charcoal. Close enough. And I don't sew a whole lot of dark fabrics. But we know from the tests that we ran. So you take it, you know, at least we can speak about it because we ran the tests. And that's been out. It's been washed, froze, and all sorts of things. So we figure it was just the fabric maybe. So I only use black now. I use the other colors when I highlight in a book or a recipe or something like that. I use the other colors that way now. And then even in a book, I take the book to the iron and press it off. But there's oils in those pins. And we was wondering about the oils. If it had something to do. But, you know, they say they're not fabric marking pins. They are just friction pins. It just says clicker erasable from Pilot. It doesn't say anything about fabric. And it seems like on the big box, when you buy the big box or the countered containers that you'll find in quilt stores, it doesn't say any place on there that it's for fabric. But we use them as highlighters in books, the school books. Recipe book that you need to remember some particular thing. But that had every color I had on it. And you don't see them now. It's only been washed once. Hand washed once and machine washed. You've never had success with those markers? It's like I bought one time, got it home, and it was empty. It's like it was empty. Went back to the quilt shop, refunded my money. My friend and I, we bought the last 3 black ones they had. And we got home and only one of the blacks worked. My friend just said, it's $1.95. She just threw hers in the garbage. I threw mine in the garbage too. But I told her about it. And then she gave me one free. It's like, Kim, you've never had one? It's like, you can buy them at Walmart or the fabric stores sell them. But only get black. Only get the black. I had dark blue, green, orange, red, and purple. But we had to do extra things to get rid of the orange and red. We figured there, it's like food coloring, you know, the food coloring in our food. Don't get red. I use the friction pins in my counter cross stitch because I can mark off where I just was. And then later, go back, iron it off. But most of the time on the cross stitch, I copy the section I'm doing. Now if I want, I could just, yeah, $2 is $2 to me. But it would cost me more than $2 in gas to take it back. So That's the way, that's how I did that one. That justified the throwing it out. But when she replaced it, no questions asked. And she said Connie can have a new one when she comes up. So, you know, oh no, red. Yeah. Austin, we had to keep him away from red food coloring. His dad, from the family genes, his dad couldn't do the red food coloring, so use painter's tape a lot. I tried taping my lines once. And then I was trying to figure out where I could put the tape until next time. Because to me, that's dollars and cents. Because our painter's tape is, what, $8 a roll here? It's like, I went and missed a row. I skipped right over a marking. Is it worth a trip for $2 for me? No. It's like when I online shop, it's like I can't even drive there for $5. The wear and tear on the vehicle. 36 miles. It's like when I'm down to 10. I saved the tape as well and find a place. Yeah. But after a while, it started falling off. Or great grandkids would find it. And what's this? By that time, they had it wadded up in a ball. I use the painter tape now on the... I have marked 3 rows when I use painter's tape and move it over to mark after I have sewn 3 more rows. I know, I've seen painter's tape on Cheryl's in her picture. Well, Terry, the only thing in this little town is a tiny grocery store and the quilt shop. So, it used to have a bar. Guess I could have went down to the bar. Kidding. Bars aren't me. Bars aren't me. Oh, would it help if I cut the thread here? You're using painter's tape right now on marking your aunt's quilt? My hand quilted quilt was all done with the friction pin. I do not have a Dollar General. That's 45 miles away for any dollar store for me. I live in the middle of nowhere. Really and truthfully. I live in the middle of nowhere. I have Truck Stop Loves. I have something called Maverick. Maverick sells a lot of gas and cigarettes and pizza and those things. Austin's always up there. I have not been in it yet. It's like this poor town is known for, they think we have the McDonald's, Subway, that intersection up there, which has got Conoco and Exxon, Maverick Fuel, whatever Loves use, Chevron, McDonald's. Chevron and McDonald's are on the same, in the same building. But they think we have a golf course. That's it. It says, no, there's a whole town down there. If you drive all the way across that town from here as the crow flies, you'll get to my house. Our downtown, we have one tavern. They say they've improved their pizza, but I don't know. First off, I'm not going to pay $30 for a pizza. That, see my quilt, just those cuts. I'm stuck in that board here. I would take Carrie, her apartment building's got a vending machine with snacks in it. I would love that. But I had 10 cans of soda pop left. And I made the comment to Darlene, when I run out of the 10 soda pop, I'll guess I better go get some groceries. Well, Melinda, she gave me a case of soda pop for Christmas. I don't have to go to the grocery store now for 24 more days. So it just added on to my thing. And Austin, if he goes to the grocery store, Grandma, what do we need? And it's like, so I tell Austin what we need. It saves me probably 50, 60 bucks because I buy everything I'm thinking about all week. Carrie's always laughing because I go, oh, dang commercials. It's like, now I want this. Now I want this. Then Carrie goes down. She gets the Ruffled potato chips or the Fritos and stuff and comes back up and she eats them in front of me. I haven't had a potato chip for 3 weeks now. And I won't even put grease in my deep fryer because I don't want to get it dirty. Because I'm a tightwad. So I would have a French fry at least. So there's the pillow top so far. Now I have to press off the black, take the fat quarter. I have this fat quarter I bought because I like the purple. It's got some stripes, so I have to figure out, do I want to match up the stripes? Heck no. So it's going to be cut this way to where they just overlap. Because this way, I'd have to try to match every stripe. Not happening. So I got a couple things to be pressing. Get the misting going. And it's like, there's no Randy today, so I have over purple. I have purple, the purple rotary cutter, the purple pillow, the purple backing, the purple on my pressing board. No Randy, I can overload purple. I hope he's feeling good today. Because normally Randy's on here. And I'm not going to send him a message saying, where are you? He could be a doctor appointment. He could be sleeping. But it always makes me wonder. Okay, put this up here. I could put this pillow top in the freezer before I put it on the pillow and show you guys if the black came back or not. But I think I have several pillows that have the markings on them and nothing's come back on them. See, Cheryl, I'm a tightwad. You have to oil me to not hear the squeaking. My income is so low. I've learned how to live on what I get. God supplies. Yeah, you have a very good group that supply you with material, including your daughter. Your daughter is good at that. But this time, I'm going to trim this part off rather than waste it. That way I have a nice long strip. And Cheryl's got so much fabric. Like I was telling somebody, for your birthday, one of those pieces said 4 yards, unopened, Moda, still wrapped, all nice and pretty. My daughter will not get me fabric for my birthday because she doesn't want to get something I don't need. It's like, as far as quilting goes, she buys me new rotary blades. I have a couple packets up there. So if she needs something to just help fill the bag, it's like, that's what we do. I'm looking for my ink pen. There it is. On the inside of the pillow, I write with a regular old ink pen, made with love, is the heart. And then I put the year. This is the one, first one getting the year 2026. Huh. Have you seen, there was a hoarder that had fabric. And on one of the Facebook things, I forget where it was, they just went to an estate sale. And they got fabric. The tag on the fabric, the fat quarters, the kits, all that, they had the original price still on them. This gal walked out with over $1,200 worth of fabric. The family sold it for $150. Can you believe that? $150. Now there, I probably would have took my, and that was on day 2, she said. She says, if that's what was already picked through, she says, can you imagine what there was there? But she had it laid out on her table. And she says, now I got to get a bookshelf just to put this on. And Cheryl made the comment that she needs another bookshelf. Cheryl only buys batting. A lot of what she gets me is from the local thrift store and anywhere from scraps to half-yard pieces. Yeah, she got her a lot of pretty beiges for neutral color in a quilt. Now I have to change my stitch back up again. I just guess. It's like there is nothing but guessing. So I have to do that quarter roll, quarter roll from my top here. And it's just guessing by eyeball. If it's off, it's off. It's one of those things. As I if I go in a store and they have off-white and white that I might like on sale, I will buy it. Because I know I need it to go with my other colors. Like that 100 Star coming up. I want to do it in off-white. But I don't want to use the off-white I already used. I might have enough of color, but I don't want to put that much color in it. I just want to use up the fat quarter bundle. That's what I want to do. Use up the fat quarter bundle. I've had it for 12 years. Almost 13. It was 12 years in August. That's long enough to have a fat quarter bundle sit around. A friend here went to an estate sale, bought 15 30-gallon totes of fabric for $75, all quilting fabric. Some name brands they bought me over $750 worth and said, have fun. Oh, wow. That Irish chain one, yeah. Cheryl also has a daughter that when she wants a quilt for some reason, she commissions her mother to make it. And that helps Cheryl pay for batting and things like that too. Okay. I can't ever get that lucky. It's like our estate sales here, they go research the value of everything. Even the featherweights they put in $4.50. And they don't even have to take them in to get them, the kits. Yeah, I have that one kit up here that was given to me. It's where'd I sit my scissors down at? I hung them. The kit I have, my friend, she misordered and got a Free Spirit kit. It has Tula fabric, and she can't stand Tula. But she gave it to me, and I'm not going to refuse. It won't be made this year, I don't think. My bucket list has too many other things. Right now, it's not on my schedule. And I actually have a written out schedule. That table runner I did yesterday was actually supposed to be next Tuesday, but because I have another one, I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Okay, now set this fabric out here. You know, there's only one thing wrong with going on live for too long, is you get in the mood, you have to go to the little girl's room. That's the only bad thing about doing too long of a show. She pays for the teacher quilt that you get and give out in May. I'm going to measure these kind of down to the 5. So this is the part I put a couple pins in so I can flip it. Yeah. It's like you can grab a drink. It's like you probably need a drink of something. And because I'm using this, there's no marks. I have to draw the lines on. But I will be right back. Thank you for being patient. At least I don't have a triple floor up bathroom. But I tell my kids, I have a 2-hour bladder, but when traveling, I have a 1.5-hour bladder. So this is 14.5, and I need it down 13. So I need to draw a line 1/2 inch over all the way around. Half inch. 14.5, 14, 13. Yeah, okay, that is right. Double checking my math in my head. I'd rather have a little bit extra because when the pillow washes cover, it shrinks a little. You know, nothing like the big quilts. The big quilts, I have been keeping track. They are averaging 2.5 to 3 shrinkage on all my bigger quilts after washed and dried. They lose Oh, wash dried and quilted. It's like they lose in quilting. The more quilting done, the more they lose in their size. So if you want a certain size, I did that 96 by 96. I did it 99 by 99. And it came back in 96 by 97, I think it was. So I figured that was close enough to 96 by 96. But we got to account for that. There's my 1/2 inch marks. Because on the other sewing machine, the plate has 1/2 inch. It's a great day, y'all. Last piece of flooring going in after 2,000 square feet of flooring. I'm tired, y'all. I bet you are. It's being on the knees doesn't help. That being on the knees. Okay, now I have to pin it. I don't want anything walking. And especially not the flaps. Oh, I dropped a pin. They start magnetizing to each other. You went through 2 pair of knee pads? Oh. That's because I can't get on my knees. My flooring, I was doing that bend over at the waist thing. No, no, no. That was not a way to put down the laminate, but I got it done. Might think my brain is weird, but I kept track of sewing time each day last year. 1,535 hours of sewing in 2025. Average 128 hours. Now, do the next division. It's like 128 hours per month. I put you how many average per day. And so 5 days a week, 20, so 6.4 hours a day sewing, 5 days a week. See, when you do it that way, it's like, wow. Well, is that with the binding time? Binding takes up a lot of time. That hand tacking of the binding. Is that with your binding included, or is that just actual sewing on the machine? Because this binding on these last quilts is like, I did 3 hours a day, 4 hours some days. Okay. Someone says I take too itty bitty of stitches. I don't think so. It's like I was going to figure the other day. Oh, the battery just died on that. I got the calculation and then the battery died. Because the binding for my big quilts is about 8 hours. I'm reaching up for my reverse button. There isn't a reverse button up here. And I can't finish this on this one because this doesn't have zigzags. I just got to thinking of that. So I wonder if I just sew over another 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, if that would work the same. Because I'd like to finish it all on the featherweight. It's all been done on the featherweight. I sew most of the time on the weekend too, so it averages 4 hours a day on a 30-day month. Okay. I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch out on this 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to go back and pink it. Maybe that'll help with the fray. Gotta think back. And then pink it would help. Don't you think so, Terry? See, when I go camping next time, I'm taking my generator and the featherweight with me. My family is going to think I lost my marbles. And then I want to record some of it while I'm there. Okay, you have the zigzag. I've never even looked. I know I don't have the zigzag because it's kind of an awkward looking thing. Did I back tap? Go check. And then go forward. I'm going the width of my foot away. I hope I didn't put those back in the drawer, but if I did, they're right there. I was going to hang them. I don't remember. Oh, they're in the drawer. Woohoo! They're from Brazil. Made in Brazil. I think one pair is made in JCPenney brand. I can't remember what the other one is. And now they make the tiny pinking shears. I would not want. It's a fun thing to do. It seems like I remember doing zigzag on my grandma's. And just to, yeah. It's like the first time I made a buttonhole. And then when I made another buttonhole, it's like I had the buttonhole, that thing that looks kind of like the zigzag thing. Looks like a whole nother motor was added to the process. It's like I only turn the wheel one way. And then I lifted it and set the needle back where I needed it to be. I went one stitch too far. It's like I'm using those skirt hangers. You have Kai pinking shears. You patted the handles. Why, any pinking shear, you go over some of these seams, it's like, oh, my thumb was so sore after just going around that heart because of so many things. Well, I just did how many bindings. My hands was sore anyway. And then when I got these pinking shears and went around, it's like, oh my. I says, my hands are wore out. I get it really bad in the thumbs. I have tendonitis in the thumbs. And it really showed after that. Going through a seam. No, it's like, it's just, it's easier if I hold them. Then everybody says, get the rotary blade one. I don't think I'd use it very often. Yeah, my thumb is already feeling it. Cutting through the extra sew. This is where's a man? Just grab these scissors and start cutting. I even trimmed off my fingernail with the pinking shears because I was holding it like I am now. And I trimmed off my fingernail. I thought I snagged it. And then it's like, oh no, I cut it with the pinking shears. I want to cut this one strip off straight, so I ended it so I could turn the corner. Then I have to go back and trim that. Trying to keep this piece as long as I can in case I need it in my scrappy. It's like, yeah, it wouldn't go through 3 layers of fabric, seams, and batting. And the other bad thing I have to line my the pinking part. Yeah. We used to pink on our dresses when I was growing up after all the seams was sewed. we'd go back and pink it. And my brothers thought, why are you putting pink on it? She says, no, it's just the word that they called these scissors. And I have 3 pair. I don't have 3 people to help me, but I have 3 pair. My son would probably try to figure out a better way of doing it. Maybe they need to have those electric scissors with the pinking blade. I used to have the ones way back when, sewing garments, the electric scissors. But these things now, they look like you could slice metal with them almost. The ones I have would do my vinyl. My dad's been gone, what, only 12 years? It still looks like it's trying to snow out here. My mom's been gone 23. Oh. I had my dad the longest, but it's like, he'd always, his answer to everything, sis, what would mom say? Whenever I ran across a problem on sewing, crafting, anything, it's like, what would mom say? If you're having trouble today, sit it down. There's always tomorrow. That was her favorite saying. On knitting, crocheting, anything that was going bad, trouble with the sewing machine. When my nephew visited recently, he said that I remind him of my dad, his grandpa. We were always solving problems by creating nice compliment. My dad died because of a heart attack brought on by cholesterol meds. I refused to take them, and it really upset a doctor, but I'm taking my chances. Yeah. My dad, one of his stretches in the hospital, he got that MRSA, and every once in a while it would hit, and he called it leprosy. And when his legs started getting red and bloating, and like bloating, he called the ambulance because he couldn't walk. And when they come in, he says, go back and get suits on. He says, I have leprosy. And it's like, it was MRSA, Dad. But it's like, he called it leprosy. Then when he's in the hospital getting that taken care of, they couldn't keep him in the hospital anymore. So they was putting him over into the long-term care so he could have dressing change and that over there. And it's like, they put him on oxygen because they found that it was dropping. His oxygen would drop down to below 80 when he was sleeping. And it's like, they did not like that. So they put him on oxygen. Well, oh, dang it. I have a flipped seam. Look at that. And it's going to be, it'll still be on the bottom. I could take it out. Yeah. I have to take it out because it's me. It's me. I have to take it out. But when they put him on that oxygen, he put it in his nose, in his mouth, not his nose. They put it on his nose. Well, he's a mouth breather. And a mouth breather, they have to put it on their mouth. Well, he ended up carbon dioxide poisoning because the bad wasn't releasing. He went bonkers. He went bonkers on that. He got the strength of Hercules. He was out in the courtyard. They had these great big huge planters in their courtyard with beautiful flowers in them. He tossed them. It's like, so my sister, she didn't tell me until after the fact. She had to go up and stay with him all night because he just went uncontrollable. She says it was like wrestling, so they had to sedate him at night. But my sister said he got the strength of Hercules to fight him. It took 4 of them to get him back down. It's like, why did you grab that like that? Grabbed the thread really weird and spun the spool. But it's like, Dad had, she had to do what she had to do, but she didn't tell me until after the fact. Because I would have drove all the way up there and helped. They didn't come down to help with Mom, but I would have drove up to help with Dad. Just because I live the farthest away doesn't mean anything. Okay, that's fixed, so I can rest with that. It's all pinked, double stitch sewed. And they told me on one thing, before you turn your corners, if you fold that seam upon itself, and turn out, you get a fuller corner faster. Because of the pillow, I'm not cutting off. It just helps fill the corner. But fold it down, fold one seam down, fold the other one over, and then turn them. My mother and father-in-law was 30 days, not even 30 days apart. No, 32 days apart. My father-in-law was the one diagnosed hospice care, and my mother-in-law beat him. Okay, there's those 2 corners. See, those corners turned out pretty good. I don't know who taught me when, where, but it seems to work, so I'm sticking to it. But fold one down and the other one right over top. Keep your finger in the corner there and just push it out. And most of it goes right out to the corner. And then before I turn it, I just go up and push with the scissors just a little bit more. Push, fold, and push. I like how it takes it almost perfectly. And we have a pillow. We have a pillow. It landed. I have a string, a thread. It's like, there's the back, a nice pillow, envelope fold. I need to press it. And then, yep, says Carrie. It's like, way to go, Carrie. Yep. And Cheryl, beautiful. You know, there's times I wish that I'd go back, and I still can do it on Ronnie's. Make her a couple pillow covers that go with her quilt. I have a little bit of fabric left of Melinda's. And thank you, Kim. Thank you, Cheryl. She's yelling from the highest mountain. Beautiful. But it's like, I thought about top stitching them down. You know, put that little tiny, but nah. I like the way they sit up there. I have no problems with their ending. And then I just hang them on those. Hi, Bernice. Happy New Year to you. Carrie. It's like she did it now. And see. Oh, the pillow is it right here where I can grab it? I forgot to throw the pillow in. It's like this pillow insert, they took the time, someone made the cover, and then they have a zipper here. And that is all loose, very finely. But it's like, it goes through the washer, it goes through the dryer. And yes, I trimmed the tags because it says you can remove tag after purchase, so. Fun part, getting the pillow in here. Because I got, you know, it's enveloped. It's pillowcase envelope. Gotta pull, 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 pull. Pull and push. Try to get the corner in there. And how's Bernice doing? Working on anything special? Try to get the corner up there and then do my pull. See, another little thread. This is a little mangy thread. There's a longer thread. I get this other 4 corners to get tucked up in there. Corner, corner, corners. So the other heart pillow will come out here. I'll either cover the purple poo or I'll cover my mom and uncle temporarily. Or order some more pillow forms. But then I'd be making more. You're working on October Sew Sampler box. You're a little behind. Well, on the sampler boxes, you know, I think they take a little bit more than a month to do some of them. So I don't think you're behind any. It's like, those threads I just trimmed, they went right back on. But this is called the Sweetheart Block from patchworksquare.com. A string distracted my train of thought. And it's a free block pattern. You can start seeing a little bit of the, I don't know if it shows up anymore. No. But another pillow, something, you know, I feel on the YouTube lives, I need to be making something, even if it's just a block. But we did this start to finish. I had the pieces cut out for the block. I should have had a little more cutting done. But we made the block, quilted it, put it in the pillow form, and it was all done on Sarah Jane, my Floridian featherweight. See, this is what I thought with the stripes. It's going to show it has a beer belly. It's like, don't call it that. If it bothers me too much, it's like, it might get a snap. And then it'd have a belly piercing. But just something that, you know, you teach them a block and you teach them make a pillow. If I got more pillow forms, I have, 6 pillowcases already. The girls put theirs up by season. Guess Mom has to do that too. Yeah, I made your work a little more enjoyable. Well, I'm glad we could help, Jennifer. And you probably turn your head every once in a while to see what we're doing, or I was doing right. But it's like, maybe I'll go back and hand embroider something out there. I could try my luck. I don't have any of those new fandangled press on, wash off embroidery things, but and then I think I might just leave it the way it is. But I'm glad you guys all came to attend. I went how many hours over? Normally I'm out of here by 1, and I see it's 3:34. Where does the time go? So just off of here, when I made the table runner, you know, that was already made, and that was just quilted and then put the little things on it. That was an hour and a half. You don't realize your time until you do something like this, that it's timed. It's like, I talk and sew, I talk and cut. So it's like someone says, maybe you take too much time just talking. But it's like, no, I talk and sew at the same time. So another pretty thing, if I put them on my bed, Miss D would probably have fun throwing them. But I'm thinking this is a 14-inch pillow form, because it takes the 12.5-inch block, which is 12, and then I add an extra I add 1.25 inches around all the side. I make it 14. Then I go back and mark it and sew it at 13.5. You enjoy the chit chat? Well, I'm glad you do, Jennifer. But I won't do a pop-up tomorrow. I need to clean house before I get little one. My son says that we're going elk looking Saturday. It's like, ugh, it's like I really don't want to go, but it's like everybody says I'm becoming a prisoner in my own home. It's like Jennifer H. Hello. It's got a different picture and new name because we have Jennifer right above her. Prep for Eternity. That's Jennifer. But they say I need to get out of the house. I don't think I do. I don't agree with them. But it's like, what do? You fight with your kid? No. Because last week for improvise, I made the pillow a memory pillow. My mom and dad. And they all have something in common. Purples. But yes, hello, Jennifer. Don't know how long this will last because it's that felt like stuff and it's acting like batting. Everything's sticking to it. It's only sitting up on the shelf. Your monthly trip? See, I don't even get groceries monthly. Yeah. It's like they don't understand. Well, they go, you know, and then it's going to be a trip. Alan and Alani will be there. So I have to do housework tomorrow. Housework. I need to take and raise this up some. I need to vacuum, pull the furniture off the walls. It's like, it's that new year. I need to take the stuff off the walls in here. But it's like, I might have to take a vacation from YouTube. But I don't want to clean all this with the little one. I should have been doing it now. I should have thought of it earlier. And I could be doing it now. But I'll get my other purple heart one and put it out here. I need a better display back there because they like falling over. Because I've had to stack different things to get what I got back there. But this was the other day. Made these mug rugs, quick and easy. Yesterday was quilted this because I had no handwork. And I still have no handwork. So I guess I'm going to have to start a pair of booties, a pair of socks. What do I start now? Because I have nothing to do with my hands. Except for clean. Well, I'd love to be home, of course. My home is only 600 square foot apartment, but I still love being home. Yes, I like being able to look out the window at the bad weather, which it looks like it's windy and raining from the mud puddle across the street. The flags across the street are too wet to blow because we had a little bit of snow and a heavy frost. Not a super good frost because there was no hoarfrost to go take a picture of. But it's like, my daughter has our supper ready. Well, what's good to eat? Austin's supposed to be bringing me mine. I don't even know where he's at. Start a new scrappy something? Yeah, that's exactly. I have a list. I have a list of things to do. And So like next Tuesday, it's putting that table runner into a piece. But I have to, because I will only be on for an hour now, unless I don't have Delaney, baby D. And so it's one of those things, what you can do in an hour on a live, it's harder. And then I also want to do the shamrock block after that one. And then I have the 2 shamrock table runners. But I want to teach the block that I'm using and then go on from there. Okay, it's like I'm going, but I have a schedule started. And I'm hoping my purple flannel comes in so I can get back to that quilt into the rag. And this one here, it's like I'm going to take that one and the other one I have, the plaid blocks. I want to see if I can find the borders for that one. And then send it down to the long armor. That one's just going to stay a throw. And then the plaid one is more twin size bed. Because I thought maybe my great grandkids will, when on their twin beds, maybe they'll want one of the quilts I've made. I don't know for sure. Still, you know, it's undecided. I do have black. I have black and white with red hearts, and I have black and white with blue accent. I think it's just in the border. I'd have to dig them out. But this summer, I'd like to put up my twin size airbed, layer all the quilts on it, and then video as the quilts come off the top. Make a video of every quilt that's on that bed. And I want to do the same thing with the full size or queen size bed. Just set everything up to where I can video everything I have. But I have quite a passel of quilts. I got to 50 and quit counting last night. Because I go, oh no, there's 2 more over here. In the box. But as I get them done, it's like I'm running out of, I need shelving unit. I need California Closet to come in and just make my closet full of these cubicles that I put quilts in, where you can stack like 3 and look at the pretty things. And I would take my closet doors off so I could just stare at my at my accomplishments in life. And then as I get older, that'd be my room I survive in while someone takes care of me in the house. They can have these 2. Because I'd have to have my California Closet full of those quilts. But I looked up the price of California Closets. Metal shelves will do. So I want to thank everybody for attending. And I hope you have a very quilt making 2026. I hope you get a lot accomplished and enjoy life day by day. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, everybody.